What's going on, guys? So the Fortnite crossover is here, and it started with Supergirl, so I decided why not cover it every single episode this week. And I have to say, with Supergirl, it was awesome to see a whole 2 minutes of crossover. I mean, seriously, this was just a Supergirl episode with the crossover starting in the last 2 minutes. Which kind of sucks. I mean, it does really suck when you think about it, because we just got a whole Supergirl episode. They start the crossover, and now that we didn't really get any explanation on why Barry is there, I mean, we know it's going to be because of the Dominators, but that means in the Flash episode, now we're going to need to see why he had to go get Supergirl. So I'm going to assume half of the Flash episode is going to be him seeing the Dominators being like, oh crap, warning everybody, and then going to get Supergirl and then bringing her back. So that is going to be half of the Flash episode. So is this whole crossover actually going to start on Arrow and we're going to have two versions? I don't know. It's going to be pretty interesting. But, you know, and they got to keep the shows to themselves, and like they got to continue those stories. But I'm hoping after we finally introduce all the teams and there's all these characters, next year's big 4-part crossover will be all the characters on all the shows, and it's just one big, massive event. That's what I was hoping to have happen when I talked about the crossover event like a year ago. Actually, it might have been earlier this year, but I was talking about how they could incorporate Supergirl into the new world. I had my own crossover theory, but they went with this one. It's totally fine. I forgive you, CW. Anyway, since there's not really much to talk about crossover-wise, I guess I'll do a quickie review of Supergirl, because there were some cool moments, and I just want to go ahead and talk about a few things that happened in this episode that I thought were really awesome. First thing I loved about this episode was Alex coming out as gay to her mom and of course to everybody else. That was huge, and I loved it. I loved the way they handled it. I feel like they incorporated it really well into the show, and just the way the character handled it, how she felt it was more of an issue for her than it was for everybody else. Like, everybody else just accepted her, but she felt like it was the biggest issue. And that is a lot of, you know, gay people that come out to their friends and family go through that. I've had a lot of friends that are gay that have told me that experience, and they say, yeah, it's you know, a lot of other people were accepting. Now, of course, not everybody is always so accepting like you saw on this show today, but you know, they do experience that. They say a lot of the times it is harder for them to get over it than everybody else, because everybody else, you know, if you come from a loving family, you have loving friends, they just accept you for who you are, which is the way the world should be, but unfortunately it's not. Anyways, that was the biggest, I'm going to say my favorite part of this episode, because I know how crazy that, like, experience can be. Like, I'm not gay or anything. I can't really say I know 100% sure, but I know it's really hard to be yourself. You guys can actually go back and look on my YouTube videos and go to my very first YouTube video to my YouTube now and see how drastically different I am. I was so like, hey guys, welcome to Shut Up Phone, welcome. I was just saying like really crazy things. Like, I was like so like to myself and be like, hey guys, welcome to my channel and blah. And now I'm like, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. And it's just because I feel like I am the person I want to be now. And like I said, I've heard so many of these stories from my friends that are gay when they come out, and you just feel like this sigh of relief is just, you know, off your shoulders, and you can finally be who you are. And I absolutely love that, because I don't think anybody should ever be in a box. Nobody should ever, except for Juice. Juice should be in a box, because that's the best way. But anyways, I just think that everybody should always be able to be themselves, and there shouldn't be any limits or barriers to you being allowed to be who you want to be in life. And this was just really awesome, and I'm so glad that CW does embrace this part of our society and this part of like just our, you know, human existence. So yeah, that was my favorite part of this episode. I'm just glad the way that, you know, Supergirl handled this and the way they had her come out. And then of course, her and Maggie are like at the end of the episode. That was awesome, because Maggie, I don't know if you guys know, but you know, and Alex is not going to become this, and I don't think they'll make Alex this. If they did, it would be really interesting, but I don't think they will. But Alex, the girl she's dating, Maggie, that ends up becoming Batwoman's girlfriend down the line. In the comics, Maggie is Batwoman's girlfriend, and it's really awesome if you read those comics. So And we do know that Batman exists on Kara's universe, so could we get a Batwoman later? And I know that Melissa Benoist was trying to get Alex to be Batgirl or maybe Batwoman or something, so they could do that. I don't want them to, because then they're just forcing the character of Batwoman onto Alex, which I don't really want them to do. I'd rather just have that be its own series, its own thing, you know, have a whole another type of Gotham series. But, you know, she is dating Batwoman's future bae, so I just like that whole motif that's going on there. Next up, I'm glad that Martian Manhunter is back to his old self, but while he was fighting Cyborg Superman, and he was white Martian with the green color, so he was still technically a green Martian, I guess, but with a white Martian body, thought he looked badass because it reminded me of the comic book style of Martian Manhunter like this. And I've always liked that type of Martian Manhunter, although I do like the very simplistic style of Martian Manhunter from the animated series. Anyways, I thought he looked pretty badass, and I was kind of hoping maybe that his body was going to fight the white freaking Martian blood cells, and that he was just going to keep the body type of a white Martian, but still be a green Martian, and maybe he's a new type of Martian. I don't know, but I'm glad he is back to normal because he's an awesome character, and when he fought besides Superman in episode 2, I think, oh man, I was just like, oh! So I'm totally glad that he is back to normal. And I thought he was going to be on the crossover, but is he not going to be part of the crossover? Because it looks like Barry's just going to take, you know, Supergirl to his freaking planet, and when I remember watching the previews, I don't see Manhunter there. Is he not going to be part of this? Next up was the bait and switch, or the double cross from freaking Luthor to Supergirl to her mom and all that shit. That was awesome, and I kind of felt that it was coming. I was like, alright, she's going to be good, because when Supergirl was like, you can be who you want to be, blah blah, and she looked at her all lovingly, but then she was all like, here mom, here's the bomb, I just want to be your daughter, blah 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 blah. We saw all of that. I'm glad that she actually saved everybody, and she didn't kill all the aliens, because we didn't need another Luthor versus Super on this show. Like, I like the dynamic of a good Luthor. Of course, she's adopted, so she's not technically a Luthor, but she's still part of the family. All of that is awesome, and I like that dynamic. And where the hell is Maxwell Lord? He is supposed to be the Lex Luthor of this show, but is that actor too expensive? Did they have to kick him off just like they had to kick off what's-her-name, and she's no longer part of Catco? No Maxwell Lord this season, and no Channing Tatum's wife. Like, those were two big characters from the other series. I'm assuming they cost too much, and that is why they're no longer a part of the show, but at least have some cameos every once in a while for them, am I right? There was also some cool fighting in this episode. We had Supergirl versus Cyborg Superman, and we also had Cyborg Superman versus Manhunter. Those, I just love the superpowered battles. And where the hell is Superman? Is like, you know, I know that he's in Metropolis doing his own thing, but like, why is he not part of this crossover? That is blowing my mind. Like, you had the opportunity to make Superman a part of this, and it would have just gained like some new cool banter for Barry to meet Superman, and he would have been like, what? That would have been cool. Or at least having Kara, you know, try to call him, like, before they leave her, like, universe, and she's all like, hey, we're gonna go do this, I'm going to another universe, cuz, do you want to come along? And he's all like, no, I'm with Diana and Bruce right now, and then you could be like, oh! That would have been awesome. And the last thing I want to talk about is the kiss. That freaking Daxamite totally just played Kara after he was all like, oh man, she was all like, hey, do you like me? Because if you like me, like, we're like in elementary now because you like me. You know what I mean? When they're freaking, oh, that was like so cute, that whole little thing that was going on, and he was like, no, I don't like you. And then he almost dies, and then she's trying to save him and stuff, and they share a kiss, and it's all like, oh, it was just like, oh, super bushy cute, and then homeboy, typical Daxamite, freaking just comes out of nowhere and he's like, oh, I don't remember anything, and blah, 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 blah. And then he just crushes Kara's heart, and now I hate freaking Mon-El, you bastard. I hate when good guys or bad guys take advantage of good girls, you son of a bitch. Freaking Daxamite. Anyways, that's basically it, guys. I don't really have anything else to say about this episode. It was a pure Supergirl episode with like 2 minutes of crossover at the end. Did enjoy that Cisco came along with Barry, which was pretty awesome. Of course, I forget that he opens up the time vortex thingies, which is really weird because Flash is able to do that himself. I don't get it, but whatever. I guess he didn't really know how to get back to Supergirls, but why did they open 2 and not cross through those? Which is really weird because Supergirl saw it twice throughout the episode. Why didn't they just cross through and like jump on the kitchen table and be like, what's going on, guys? Party! Can I have some of this chicken right here? I mean turkey? But that's all I got, guys. Don't forget that you can buy Juice from the Box merch in the link in the description down below. I'm gonna say it the rest of the week because you only got 3 days for the simple logo, and then the double logo is got like 5 days. So if you want that merch, go pick it up. I want to know what you guys think is going to happen on this 4-night crossover. I will be doing a video for every single show, so that means you will also be getting Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow. They should be posted the following morning, much like this one is. So yeah, I'm just glad I got through Monday because I had to do Gotham and Supergirl, and it was like, ugh. But anyways, I plan on doing a video for every single one. A lot of you guys are going to be like, where's the Jerome trailer video? I know you are just commenting like crazy on my Gotham video about that. I'm not going to do it until after I do this whole 4-night crossover because I don't want to blow my brains out trying to do too much work. So anyways, let me know what you thought of this video, guys, by giving it a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with all your Supergirl buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. I totally just botched that other like part, whatever. Anyways, guys, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!